Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel, The Baloch Scholar. So today I am starting another chapter of class 9 chemistry, that is atomic structure. Okay, unit number 3, atomic structure. So in this chapter we will deal with the atom, its subatomic particles, electron, proton and neutrons. Okay, we will deal with the structures of atom. Okay, atomic models. So let's start the chapter with the introduction, that is. So as you know, atomic is the smallest particle of this universe. Whatever is present in this universe is made up of atoms, okay? Everything in the universe is up of tiny particles called atoms, okay? Means everything is present around us or in this universe is made up of tiny particles. That is called atom. So atom is a Greek word. Atom is originated from Greek word that means atomos. Okay, it means atomos. So atomos mean indivisible. So atomos it is derived from a Greek word that is atomos. It means indivisible. Okay, means which cannot be divided further. So earlier philosophers believed that atom cannot be divided further. Okay, but modern philosophers or scientists claim that it is divided further, okay, into subatomic particles. Okay, come further. These atoms are too small to see, yet they are the fundamental blocks of everything around us, including the water we drink, the food we eat, and even our own bodies. Okay, these atoms are very tiny particles. I already told you, everything in this universe is made up of tiny particles. They are so small to see, but yet they are the fundamental blocks of everything. If that is water we are drinking, the food we are eating, or our body structure is there, cells are there. Okay, whether it's the trees, mountains, the air we breathe, or the stars in the sky, everything consists of these later particles. Okay, everything in this universe is made up of tiny particles. This concept is known as atomic theory. Okay, understanding these things, that these all things are made up of tiny particles. Okay, this concept is known as atomic theory of matter. Okay, atomic theory of matter, which helps us understand how everything around us is connected. Okay, now let's discuss the subatomic particles of an atom. So as I told you that earlier philosophers believed that atom is indivisible, which cannot be divided further. Okay, it is the tiniest particle. Okay, but the modern philosopher or scientists discovered that atom can further be divided into electron, proton, and neutron, and named them as subatomic particles of atom. Okay, so now I will discuss the subatomic particle of an atom. So an atom is the fundamental building block of matter. Okay, what is matter? Anything which has a mass and occupies a space. Okay, so atom, each matter or every matter is made up of tiny particles, that is known as atom. Okay, so atom is the building block of matter. Okay, it is the smallest unit of element that retains all its chemical properties. It is the smallest unit of an element that retains all chemical properties, that contains all the chemical properties. So, atom consists of smaller particles known as subatomic particles. Suppose this is, okay, nucleus of an atom. So earlier philosophers believed that there is nothing present in the nucleus of an atom. There is nothing present in atom. Okay, it is the smallest particle of atom. But the modern scientists discovered that there are subatomic particles, that are electron, protons, okay, and neutron. And electron and proton are present in the nucleus, means center of the nucleus. Okay, and this positive charge is proton and this neutral charge is neutron. They are present in center of nucleus, and this electron is present, okay, outside the nucleus in outer shells. That is, electron contains negative charge, okay. The primary subatomic particles include protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons and neutrons are collectively referred to nucleons. Okay, protons and neutrons are collectively called nucleons because they are present in the center of nucleus. Okay, they are named nucleons. Okay, protons have positive charge, as I told you before. They contain positive charge. Neutrons have no charge. They are neutral. They don't have charge. Okay, and electron carry negative charge. They carry negative charge. Okay. Protons and neutrons are located in the center, in the nucleus of an atom. Okay, in the nucleus of an atom. What are located in the nucleus of an atom? Proton and neutron. Okay. Okay. While electron orbit around the nucleus and the shell. Okay. Electron does what? They orbit around the shell. Okay. Protons and neutron have almost identical masses. Their masses are almost same, identical. Okay. Whereas electrons have much smaller mass. Electrons have much smaller mass. A proton is charge equal in magnitude. Means it is charge that is equal in magnitude and opposite in sign to that of an electron. As I already told you, proton contains positive charge and neutron contains negative charge. So proton is charge equal in magnitude and opposite in sign that of an electron. Atoms are electrically neutral. Okay. Atoms are what? Electrically neutral. Okay. Meaning the number of electrons equals the number of protons in the nucleus. Okay. Means the atomic number. If I talk about, the atoms are electrically neutral because their number of electrons and number of protons in the nucleus, okay, are same, neutral. The mass of an atom is determined mainly by the number of protons and neutrons it contains. Okay, the mass of an atom is determined shown by the number of protons and neutrons it contains. Okay, it contains the mass of electrons. Okay, it contains the mass of electron. Okay, the mass of electron is neglected in calculation of the mass of an atom. The mass of electron is neglected in the calculation. Okay. Okay, let's discuss the key characteristic of electron, protons, and neutron. Okay, I told you about the subatomic particle, that is electron. So its sign is E. Okay, minus, it contains minus sign, and proton contains symbol is P plus, and neutron is N, that is neutral. So relative charge is -1 and proton is +1. Okay, and neutron is 0. So relative mass of electron is 0.00054 and proton is 1.0072776. Okay, and neutron is 1.00865. Okay, they are in some extent identical, but it is much smaller than them. Okay, as I told you before that the mass of electron is much smaller than the mass of neutron and proton. Okay, now I will discuss the atomic model discovered by the scientist. Okay, so I will discuss each model, that which scientist presented its theory about the atom. Okay. Okay, come to the first model, that is Thomson Plum's pudding model 1904. Okay, Thomson, here the Thomson is J.J. Thomson, okay, famous scientist J.J. Thomson. So J.J. Thomson presented a model, that is Plum pudding model. So he said that atom is completely made up of positive charge. Okay, positively charged atoms. Okay, suppose we have a watermelon. Okay, we have a watermelon. That red part is the red part we eat, is proton, okay, positive charge, okay, and there are some seeds, black part, okay, black dotted seeds, that is electron, okay. It also contains electron that are neutrally charged, okay. He said that the atom is completely, okay, made up of positive charge, and it also contains negatively charged particles embedded within it, okay, and these negative charged particles are neutrals, okay. According to Thomson, an electron is a sphere of positive charge with negatively charged particles, electron, embedded within it. This confirms the existence of electrons inside the atoms, explains the electrically neutrality of an atom. So it confirms the electrical neutrality of an atom, means the seeds present in the watermelon, they are electrons, okay, embedded within the red part, that is watermelon, okay, positive charge. So it is the black seeds are neutral, okay, they have neutral charge, okay, means the electrons are neutral here. Okay, come to another model, that is Rutherford atomic model 1911, okay. Okay, Sir Ernest Rutherford presented a model that is Rutherford's atomic model. So he presented an experiment. The experiment was he bombarded a very thin gold foil, okay, very thin gold foil, okay, around the thickness of 0.00004 centimeter. Means the gold foil was very thick, so that the experiment was easy, with alpha particles, with embedded, okay, with alpha particles, okay. Means Sir Rutherford embedded a very thin gold foil around this range with alpha particles, okay. So in this experiment, most of the alpha particles passed straight, okay, most of the alpha particles passed straight, okay, through the foil, okay, within only few deflected strictly, means some of them deflected, okay, some of them deflected. So here he observed that this deflection was done by a tiny particle that contains positively charged, that is called nucleus, that is present in the center of the atom. So Rutherford's gold foil experiment showed that an atom is tiny positively charged nucleus at its center, okay. As I told you before about the experiments, some of the alpha particles deflected due to the positively charged nucleus at its center, surrounded by negatively charged electrons moving around it, okay. The nucleus is much smaller than atom. It is much smaller than atom present in the center, and the entire mass of an atom is concentrated within the nucleus. Means entire mass of an atom is concentrated within the nucleus. It cannot explain the stability and spectrum of an atom. It cannot explain the stability of atom. It was just an experiment to discover the nucleus. Means before Bohr, Rutherford did this. Okay. Okay, let's discuss another atomic model, that is Bohr's atomic model 1913. So in 1913, Niels Bohr proposed a model for an atom. Okay, that was like, okay, representing with the Rutherford's model. Okay, but it also explain the observed line spectrum of hydrogen atom. Okay, it talked about the spectrum of an atom. Okay, it talked about the stability and spectrum of an atom, and Rutherford model did not discuss about the stability and spectrum of model. So Bohr presented a atomic model. Okay, so in this model, Niels Bohr said that electron revolves around the nucleus. Electrons, suppose these are the electron negatively charged particles that revolve around the atoms, okay, around the nucleus, sorry, in a specific circular orbit, okay, in a specific circular orbit. So each orbit is a fixed energy level. So this is a orbit. So this is a orbit. This is a orbit. Each orbit has a fixed energy level. Okay, also known as energy level. Okay, fixed energy. Each orbit contains a fixed energy that is also known as energy level. Okay, this is told by the Bohr. Okay, Neil Bohr. Okay, Neil Bohr also said that the energy of an atom also depends upon the distance from the nucleus. For example, this is, you can say, energy level. Okay, shell is there. If the electron is distance further from the nucleus, so it has higher energy level. So this is there. Okay, it is further from the nucleus, from the center of an atom, so it is higher energy level. So this is nearest to the, sorry, this is nearest to the, okay, nucleus, so it is lower energy level. Okay, this is also told by Bohr. Okay, atomic theory means electrons further from the nucleus have higher energy level. Means if the electrons are far from the nucleus, they have higher energy level. If electrons are near to the nucleus, they have lower energy level. Okay, okay. Bohr's model explain the stability of an atom accounted from the atomic spectrum and the ionization of gases. According to this model, atom consists of positively charged nucleus and electrons revolving around it in fixed energy circular orbits. I told you, okay, they have fixed energy level. They lose or gain energy only when they jump from one orbit to another. Okay, means if they jump from one orbit to another, they only, okay, gain or lose energy. Okay, come to another model, atomic model, that is quantum mechanical model 1927. Okay, this model is also wave particle duality. Okay, this means uh, here the electrons are treated as both particles and waves also. It means the electrons stable in form of, you can say, particles also, in form of waves also. Okay, so the so in this we discuss about the behavior of electron. Okay, behavior of electrons. Okay, by quantum mechanics. Okay, this, as I told you, it is also known as wave particle duality. So this duality is described by the quantum mechanics, which provides, okay, the view of electron behavior. I told you the electrons also move in the form of waves and also move in form of particles. Okay, so quantum mechanical model challenges the, you can say, challenges the fixed orbitals. Means here the orbits are not fixed. Okay, here the orbits are not fixed, and instead of fixed orbits, electrons are described by probability regions called orbitals. Okay, they are called orbitals. Okay, what are orbitals? Orbitals defines where the region where, okay, orbitals define where there is high probability of finding electrons. Okay, where the, okay, there is high chances of finding electrons, the atom jump there. Okay, so the quantum model uses quantum mechanics to describe the model of describe the behavior of electrons within the atoms. This model illustrates the arrangements of electrons in subshells and orbitals. Okay, instead of the fixed orbitals, challenging the consist of fixed orbitals. Okay, I told you that instead of fixed orbitals, okay, they are described by probability regions, okay, called orbitals, where there are more chances where of electrons, okay, where you find more electrons. Okay, here the regions are not fixed, orbitals are not fixed. Okay,